Hi everyone, it's Cassie here. We are at Sacramento State Capitol building, and today we're taking action for the No More Factory Farms campaign. And we are going to have some speakers today, not just from DXE, but from some of the organizations that have signed on to support this campaign. And if you didn't know, we have over 40 organizations that have signed on to our open letter at nomorefactoryfarms.com. And if you haven't signed it yet, go to nomorefactoryfarms.com and please sign the petition yourself. We are here in the state capitol in Sacramento, in California. And this California campaign is seeking to lead the way, once again, as California has done many times before, with taking a stance against the animal agriculture industry. This is an industry that tortures animals, sickens workers, breeds pandemics into existence, destroys the environment, and just degrades our very understanding of respect for life on this planet. And so that's why, for all those reasons, we are asking the state government to take action against this industry. We are calling on the California legislature, and specifically Governor Gavin Newsom, to issue an executive order against this industry, an executive order with a moratorium, meaning a temporary ban, or at least a first step ban, that prevents the construction of new factory farms and slaughterhouses in California. So if you're unfamiliar with the No More Factory Farms campaign, this is something that we launched in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, a very simple first step that this state can take right now to lead the way. It's, there's over 2,000 factory farms in the state of California, so we know that this isn't going to happen overnight. We're not going to transform the food system overnight, but we can take a first step today that is a moratorium and work towards an ultimate ban on these violent places that destroy the environment and destroy the lives of these animals and the lives of all of us, which is what we've been seeing. So we're entering right now into the Capitol to take action on the front steps, and I will turn this around and show you the protest in just a moment. But please share this live stream, because we're only able to reach as many people as we can reach with your support. And the people who've come out today on a weekday to take time off from work or their other obligations to be out here to get the attention of the California state government need your help to be able to do that. So let me turn this around. And you can see these activists walking onto the steps of the state capitol with flags and signs reading "No More Factory Farms." We're going to be hearing from a UC Berkeley student leader leading the Animal Rights Club on campus and her support for this campaign. We'll be hearing from a representative of PETA today. And you might have seen in the caption, we've got a very special guest who is planning to address the crowd today as well. And that is an impersonator of Governor Gavin Newsom himself, who is trying to get the attention of Gavin Newsom in all the ways that we can. We've sent him letters, we've sent him emails, we've driven to his house multiple times to deliver in-person reports of animal cruelty and COVID-19 death tolls and findings at farms of coronavirus among a pig population in a California pig farm. We have the evidence that animals are being tortured, workers are being sickened, and diseases are brewing inside of California factory farms. And that's why we are consistently reaching out with this evidence to demand a response from the government. And if they refuse to respond, then we have to take direct action. So that's why we do protests like this one. That's why we use nonviolent tactics like protest and occupation. And that's why we continuously try to get innovative and use humor and use satire and do whatever we can to get the issue on the table. So if you're just joining us, we're in California's state capitol, which is Sacramento, at the state capitol building. You can still see some holiday decorations up behind us, and this giant Christmas tree right here behind me. But we are trying to steal the show and get some attention today. That's why we've got these signs saying "No More Factory Farms" to make our message incredibly clear. And you can learn more at nomorefactoryfarms.com. We want to see Gavin Newsom, who is a governor who's consistently claimed to care about progressive issues, claimed to care about the environment and about human rights issues, and actually ran his campaign for governor on ending the death penalty, and he issued an executive order, moratorium, to stop new death penalty cases in California. So we've seen him use his power before for something he believes in, even though it was a controversial issue. And we're asking him to do the same again. Now, whether he's going to listen to us is a different story, because he might claim to care about these things, but what he's shown us is that he asks people to practice good safety measures, and he actually goes out to eat in the middle of a pandemic without his mask on, and is getting to live an extra safe life because he has the money and the privilege to do that. And so, we're not entirely sure that he's going to actually respond to the will of the people or put his actions where his words are. But the way that we can enforce that, the way that we can make sure that he is forced to listen to this issue that affects all of us, this incredibly dangerous industry, needs to be stopped. And the way that we can get his attention on that issue is to take direct action and to have as much support online as possible. So please share this live stream, comment when you're sharing so other people see, and so there's social momentum and support for more people to share. And you can go to nomorefactoryfarms.com and sign the petition. We'll be hearing from speakers today from some of the organizations that have signed on, but you can see dozens more organizations for environmental groups, immigrants' rights groups, all kinds of groups that have signed on in support of the No More Factory Farms campaign to try to get a ban on the construction and expansion of animal agriculture in the state of California. You can go to the website and you can see their organizations there, and you can learn more about what it is we're exactly asking for. And thank you so much for the people who are supporting, and for the people who are, commenting, saying that people here look malnourished. I hope you'll stop to think about the bigger issue about animal cruelty, diseases, and things that are threatening our very future and the future of your children and your grandchildren. This is an industry that threatens all of us, and I'm in this fight against animal agriculture for all of you as much as I am for my bunnies at home and the other animals of this earth. So once again, here's the action in front of me.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Hi everyone, it's great to be here today. My name is Katerina Davidovich, and I'm a campaigner with People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. PETA, as you may know, stands for the simple principle that animals are not ours to eat, wear, experiment on, or use for entertainment or any other purpose. We work to improve the quality of life for animals and save the lives of countless others through public education, cruelty investigations, animal rescue, and more. We've sent many undercover investigators into factory farms and slaughterhouses, and every time we found egregious animal abuse. But even when factory farmed animals aren't being gratuitously abused, they still suffer greatly. Take cows, for example. California is the largest dairy producing state in the nation. Female cows, as you may know, are typically kept in feces and urine saturated grassless dry lots. They're artificially impregnated every single year. Female calves are turned into milk machines just like their mothers. Male calves are shoved into tiny crates to be killed as babies and turned into veal. When their grieving mothers become too sick or worn out to produce much milk, they're sent to the slaughterhouse. They're hacked to pieces, often while they're still fully conscious. I'm not here to tell you all the gory details about dairy farms in California. I'm here because I want Governor Gavin Newsom and the California legislature to implement a moratorium against constructing any new factory farms and slaughterhouses in the state, or adding to the hellholes that already exist. The USDA isn't even regulating the existing factory farms and slaughterhouses, as you can see from the hours of investigative footage that PETA has released over the years. We need fewer factory farms and slaughterhouses, not more. These animal prisons are inherently cruel. Even the best regulated facilities are still confining and violently killing sensitive, intelligent animals who are denied everything that's natural and important to them. You may have already read about the egregious cruelty in many of California's factory farms and slaughterhouses on nomorefactoryfarms.com, the website for this campaign. I encourage you to do so if you haven't already. The list of abuses and the violations of USDA and California Penal Code regulations is abhorrent. We simply don't need to raise animals for food, and we'd all be better off if we didn't. many zoonotic or animal-borne diseases, including COVID-19, swine flu, and bird flu, exist largely because we humans crowd animals together in filthy factory farms, wet markets, and slaughterhouses in order to satisfy our voracious appetite for animal flesh. Wherever animals are bred, intensively confined, and killed, humans risk creating another pandemic. You probably all read reports of calling slaughterhouses coronavirus hotspots. Up to 8% of the U.S. coronavirus cases likely originated in slaughterhouses. An analysis of COVID-19 cases through the end of July suggests that residents of counties with a slaughterhouse in the vicinity are 51% more likely to become infected and 37% more likely to die from the virus. I'm going to say that again because that's really important. Residents of counties with a slaughterhouse in the vicinity are 51% more likely to become infected with COVID-19 and 37% more likely to die. That is the last thing California needs, especially right now when we are the hot spot for global coronavirus cases. Raising and killing animals for food is killing us and the planet. Animal agriculture is responsible for more greenhouse gases than is transportation worldwide. And as NoMoreFactoryFarms.com points out, California's mega dairies are polluting our air and water. PETA has been holding protests all over the country, especially since COVID-19 has shined a spotlight on the connection between the meat industry and global pandemics. We constantly tell the public that raising and killing animals for food causes animal suffering and environmental destruction, but we need your help. If you haven't already gone vegan, that's the best way that you personally can help animals, protect the planet, and improve your health. But everyone, vegans and non-vegans alike, can help by urging Governor Gavin Newsom and your elected officials to take action against any new factory farm or slaughterhouse construction. Thank you all for your time and for joining us in this fight.
So that was Kat, a campaigner with PETA, who is speaking in support of the campaign. PETA is one of dozens of organizations that have signed on to the No More Factory Farms campaign and open letter in California. And I see Marco signed and shared, Monica shared, a lot of people are sharing. And Debbie also said that you had NoMoreFactoryFarms.com actually posted or written on your car. That's amazing to hear that people are taking initiative like that and spreading the word about this campaign everywhere they go. Thank you so much for doing that, Debbie, and everyone who's sharing. If you haven't shared yet, please share. Share it with friends and family who need to see this, who need to hear this, and please sign the petition and ask them to sign as well. Even if you're not in California, we want to show California that people around the country and around the world expect them to lead on this issue and hope that they will. We've seen California lead the way on a lot of issues before. Disability rights, gay rights, women's rights, and this is an opportunity for them to lead again in a time when the world is really looking for leadership. A lot of things happening nationally in the United States are depressing and scary and frightening, and while we need to take action to change those situations as well, we can give people a lot of hope by showing them that ordinary people are full of compassion. So we have a speaker who's joining us from the online component of this action. So she's not here to see her, but you'll be able to hear Linda speak from the speaker. She's a Sacramento resident who's speaking out for this campaign.
Land and people and homes and animals. It is just outrageous. So in order to stop the extreme weather,
you can see her here online.
In this state and all over the world is to stop breeding and having factory farms of animals. We must have a moratorium now, because if we don't, we're going to continue down this terrible path, not only of the cruelty involved, but also of destroying ourselves and our earth. It's extreme confinement that we're doing to the animals leads to deadly diseases like the one we have going on now, the COVID, and then we have SARS and Salmonella and E. coli and bird flu and swine flu. These are all going to increase if we keep the production of animal farming. Because when you confine animals in these dirty, filthy places, it's a breeding ground for infectious diseases. Most of our infectious diseases come from animals. That's called zoonotic. And we must stop this, or we will always be confined to our homes, and the animals will be treated so unfairly. Take the dairy cows, for instance. Dairy cows is one of my most egregious complaints, because when the mama cow is only 2 years old, she has to be raped on a rape rack to become part of the dairy farm production. And after she's given birth, for months, she has to give milk for a different product. And then when she's done, she has
these
to be
activists are
raped
joining
all
us
over
online.
again. And only at the age of 4, she's killed. 4 or 5. And then she has to become cannibal. So it's all a very cruel form, and it's not efficient when you're feeding animal foods to people, to humans. It's not efficient. What is efficient is to grow plant foods for people. And those are the foods that keep us healthy. Eating animal products are bad for our health as well. We have the highest rates of heart disease, and we have cancer and diabetes, and this is caused and promoted by eating animal products. Dairy, for instance, is one of the strongest proponents of cancer. So we must stop this horrible production of protein from animals. We get all the protein we need from plants. So, like 1 pound of cheese takes 900 gallons of water. We are using our water, we're going to run out of water very quickly. So we have to stop. A quarter pounder Big Mac is about 660 gallons of water. This is ridiculous. We're running out of water. Our oceans have dead zones all over. We have 400 dead zones all over the world. Why? Because the waste runoff seeps into our ground from the animal agriculture and goes into our rivers and our oceans and causes dead zones everywhere. So we will not have any fish in the ocean by 2048 if we keep up this livestock production. The chickens are sometimes confined up to 100.
If you're watching and you want to support from online, please share the live stream. You saw there's an online component of folks joining us, sharing. And one of the things that they are doing that you can do too is just share this, spread the word, share nomorefactoryfarms.com, sign the petition. You can see on this poster some of the 40+ organizations that have signed on to this campaign.
Who wants to eat animals with antibiotics in them? Do you? I certainly don't. I don't want my grandchildren to eat these foods either. If we want to have a planet, if we want to have healthy lives, we have to stop this. And one way to do it is a moratorium on new factory farms. We can be the example here in California. We can be the people who inspire the rest of the world. California is a big state, a very powerful state. We can do it. I encourage all of us to tell others why we need to stop increasing this cruelty, increasing factory farms, which do us
Thank
all
you,
harm.
Priya. Priya says she just sent her family the petition asking them to sign. That's a great suggestion. It will mean so much more to people coming from you if they know you and they know that you care about this issue. And sometimes people just don't know what they can do to help. So if they know that there's an easy way to get involved with the campaign that we're working on right now,
Thank you, Linda.
then they'll be more inspired to take action against this industry instead of feeling helpless like we sometimes do. So please join the folks who are taking action with us online and take action with us online too.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. This looks so cool. So I'm going to take the screenshot now.
So switching back from our online component, we are going to hear from another speaker, a UC Berkeley senior, Erica, who is here right now. Thank you, Brian, for sharing, and everyone else. And we were here just a few months ago in October taking similar action for this campaign with signs and peaceful protesters, and we were swept up in an unjust arrest without the opportunity to leave. 19 people were arrested. 3 of those people had climbed on the balcony up there to drop a sign. but 16 of us were arrested just standing right here holding signs asking for the governor to take dire action against this industry that is so important.
My name is Erica Wilson, and I'm an organizer with the Berkeley Organization for Animal Advocacy, also known as BOA. We are a student animal rights organization at UC Berkeley, and we're working
We've got the megaphone. No worries, folks. Where there's a megaphone, there's a way.
All right. Currently, BOA is working on a campaign to ban meat on campus, which closely aligns with Direct Action Everywhere's No More Factory Farms campaign. BOA is in strong support of this campaign because it is past time that our elected officials in California acknowledge the terrible harms associated with factory farms and animal agriculture as a whole. California leadership has previously stood for animal rights through the passage of the fur ban, the ban on the sale of most cosmetics that are tested on animals, and the passage of Proposition 2, which put basic standards on animal confinement. In doing so, previous California leadership has therefore acknowledged that animal suffering is wrong. But California is not living up to this value. I know this to be true because I have been inside factory farms and they feel and look like prisons for animals who have never done anything except exist. Even with the passage of Prop 2, not a single enforcement action has taken place against factory farms. Allowing all of this suffering to occur is especially inexplicable in light of the variety of nutritious alternatives available today, from nearly identical substitutes to natural whole food options. What's more is that killing animals on factory farms is killing us. Animal agriculture, as mentioned, is a breeding ground for diseases, and because of the similarities between humans and non-human animals, these diseases often spread to humans. According to the CDC, 75% of emerging diseases in humans come from animals. I could go on to discuss the emissions, deforestation, and other forms of environmental degradation caused by factory farms. But at this point, we all know how terrible factory farming is. It's just that our laws haven't caught up with our values yet, and it's time that they do. California's cultural identity lies in its role as a catalyst for change, constantly leading the global world. Today, I call on California leadership to take the bold and necessary steps to lead the way. This identity of being a change maker is at stake for California because there is no realistic future for factory farms. There is no sustainable or ethical way to continue this terrible treatment of animals, workers, and the environment, which is why BOA supports DXE's moratorium on factory farms, because we cannot allow this suffering to continue.
Woo! That was Erica, a senior at UC Berkeley and a member of the Berkeley Organization for Animal Advocacy, or as you heard her refer to it, BOA. BOA is an incredible group. I'm a little biased though. I was part of that group when I was a UC Berkeley student myself. It's been around for decades, and they are really working on mobilizing activists from a young population of people who has the kind of optimism and readiness to see the world change. You know, not that we don't want to see people from all groups, but it does give me a lot of hope that younger and younger generations are ready to see change, and particularly because they're living through such an uncertain time, and they're living through the COVID-19 pandemic and climate crises and wildfires raging right here in California. And so we're seeing a lot of minds opening and a lot of hearts opening as consciousness around animal suffering is expanding too. We've banned fur in the state of California, and now we're taking on factory farms. So we're going to hear from Rocky now, a DXE activist and one of my good friends.
Sharing a story of Jackie. Jackie is an individual who we rescued from an exploitation facility in San Francisco last summer. she was found stuck in a cage, filthy, unable to move her wings freely. Her fate is to be stuffed in a bag at any moment, to be slaughtered and treated like an object. But that was up until myself, along with some other activists who are with us right now, went inside this facility and rescued her. And now she is safe at a home where she gets to scratch the earth, explore the great outdoors, and bond with her 4 other siblings and countless other human roommates. Jackie is a chicken, and now she gets to live out her best life. But let me repeat that. But unfortunately, many other individuals like Jackie, not many other individuals like Jackie to live out her best life. Unfortunately, on my end, not everyone gets to have like the best mic tech and all that. But it's okay, I have this megaphone. So as I was saying, Jackie gets to live out her best life along with her 4 siblings and countless of other human guardians. But unfortunately, other animals like Jackie, like other chickens, other pigs, cows, fish, other sentient beings don't get to live out their life the way that Jackie gets to. In fact, billions of animals right here in the United States, hundreds of millions in California, are systematically subjected to unfathomable suffering and exploitation due to a system, and I argue a social ill, that we call speciesism. Speciesism is a falsely human-held belief that animals are inferior to humans, and this is a social ill that has for tens of thousands of years have systematically denied animals their rights, their agency, and their right to their life. Normalization of speciesism is what warrants cruelty of all forms. And we're talking about animals subjected to horrendous exploitation facilities that we call animal agriculture. Their bodies being used for quote-unquote entertainment such as bullfighting, and their fur stolen off of their bodies just so we can wear them. And all the while we are putting them in facilities, we are polluting the environment to the point where the Amazon are on fire, destroying their habitat and destroying their livelihood. Speciesism pervades our social fabric so intimately that not even who we consider to be a progressive governor of California, not even who we call our progressive champions, like right behind us, are even entertaining the thought of even having a conversation with us about placing a moratorium on new factory farms and slaughterhouses. Think about it. This is how interwoven and built-in speciesism is in our system. We don't even regard them as worthy of even having a conversation to stop further exploitation and killing. And not only are they killing the trillions of animals worldwide on this earth, but they're killing us as well. And furthermore, I wanted to just very quickly acknowledge and uplift the mostly people of color, mostly immigrant workers of these exploitation facilities who have been affected by the tens of thousands who have died by the hundreds. These folks are dying. Like, these people who are not like Gavin Newsom, who are not like his rich friends. These are working class people who are dying all the while the industry executives are betting whether they get to live or die while they are propping up billions of their bodies and off the bodies of billions of animals. And my heart goes out to these folks who are also suffering and caught up in our species system. Non-human animals are just like us. They are not commodities to be extracted. They are individuals who have the right to their lives, to be free, to be rescued from situations of oppression. Our current system sure as hell do not recognize these truths. But guess what? We do, and we understand it very well, that these individuals are the living sentient beings that we know they are. And that is why we are here. Animals' lives are their right. It ought to be protected because that is what they want, that is what they need, and that is what they deserve. And I think for a moment, and I just look at Jackie when I imagine Jackie scratching the dirt under her feet, dust bathing in the sun, having alongside her siblings without anyone ever hurting her ever again. I see the future. I see a potential in all of us to transcend our current violent system into a compassionate one. A future where workers don't have to endanger themselves anymore, and a clean environment. And finally, all the animals of this earth will be treated with the respect that they are born with and that they deserve. And we will usher in that world within one generation because we have everything that we need. We have the truth on our side, we have the conviction, and we have the desire for change. The only missing ingredient in all this is all of you. We need each and every single one of you to turn that conviction that you have and turn it into action. Whether it is going on the front lines to the place of violence, whether it is getting involved in a political process, or even what we are all doing right here, right now, and continuing to do, which is showing up to these protests to elevate the voices of the animals. Today is our coalition rally, and we are here to firmly speak up for equality for all animals. Join us to take action and denounce the false notion that anyone, whether they are human, cow, pig, dog, fish, or anyone, should ever be objectified simply because of who they are born as. This is the end of speciesism. Start with us, and it will start with a moratorium on new factory farms and slaughterhouses. And this is the first of many, many steps that I personally am looking forward to taking on our march towards the path to animal personhood. Because, mark my words, animals are people. And just like us, they deserve their rights to be protected. And with your help, we will enshrine those rights into law within one generation.
So that was Rocky Chow, a DXC activist, but now we've got someone interrupting.
The governor, police need to be helping me out here. Office, give a talk, I'll give a talk, you guys gotta get up.
So it seems like someone is here now to mix things up.
Check, check. Just take a second to soak in how charming I am. One of the most charming governors ever in the state of California. So again, I'm Gavin Newsom. I'm here, I'm gonna be saying some nice words, mostly empty nice words, so I hope you'll appreciate them. I just got in from Hawaii last night. There was a lot of dinner parties. There was no masks, and I had a few too many White Claws. But no worries. Rich people are immune to COVID. That's not science. It's just my opinion. But again, it should be sufficient. So we're going to go here. We're going to flip to this. It says Gavin's platitudes. And so we're going to define platitudes here. These are really nice words in which you really don't take much action on those words. So we've got things like bold reforms, vision, I'm visionary, groundbreaking solutions, leading edge of change, okay? Are you all seeing this? This should be enough for you all. And these words, you want to know where these words came from? My website. Okay?
I've seen your TikTok.
So you all are here for animal rights. It's great. I'm glad you're passionate about things. I really am. Animal rights, environmentalism. But it seems like you're all the same. Black Lives Matter, women's rights, gay rights, police brutality. You all are never satisfied. Like, what do you want? You want some action from me? Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. That's just not something that I'm going to be doing anytime soon. Well, hey, look, hey. Maybe something that I can do is I'll make these words in a bigger font or put them in bold on the website. How about we do that? I think that'll be good. Maybe that'll suffice. I'm aware, you may not think this, but I'm aware of the pandemic risk that these farms and slaughterhouses present to the world and to the state of California. I'm aware of the animal cruelty and the fact that, 75% of diseases are zoonotic. I'm too charming to be unaware of these things. And like I said, many have considered me one of the most charming governors ever in the state of California. Maybe Arnold. It's another conversation. But something that you activists don't seem to understand is money, okay? It's money. That's what this is about. Politics is about platitudes and money. And if you ain't speaking that guap, you're not speaking my language. All right, we're going to go to another slide here. Okay? I just kiss that photo. Look at that, man. You see what I have here? You see what I have here? More platitudes. Okay? Resolute. Stalwart. This photo was taken at the height of the wildfires here not too long ago. And you know where this photo came from? Anybody?
Your website.
My website. Okay? If you have any questions or you're unsure of my conviction to these issues, you can go to my website. And I look at this photo and it reminds me of who I am and the man that I've become and how bold and visionary. Again, we can go back to the front page here. These awesome words that are on. Okay? There's another place this photo is, and I have it on my nightstand, and it's the last thing that I look at before I go to sleep at night, and it's the first thing that I see when I wake up. And they will be on sale after this talk. Now let's get back on track to this animal rights stuff. Now I know there was a demonstration right here, not too long ago, and there were some people that got arrested just for holding signs, and there were some people up there, like this person. His name is Curtis Vollmer. I don't know if any of you are friends with him or know who this person is. And I hear, no, you're not, no, we're not cheering for these activists for brave acts and doing things like this. We're not cheering for these people. I hear a lot of these activists, they're living in communist group homes. They're broke. They're insane. Here. You all really think you're doing something here with these acts. Again, I'm aware of the impacts. I'm aware of the COVID risk. I'm aware of animal cruelty. I'm too charming to not be aware. I've already said this. But defending the Capitol to draw attention to this issue, it's not going to hurt my feelings. I sleep at night. I sleep very well at night. You all are going to need to do more. So to prove to you all that you've got my attention, which is very impressive because many people are trying to get my attention, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to be adding 5 new platitudes to my website. How does that sound? Do y'all like that? Will that work? 5 empty words to the website. Come on. All right. I'll take some questions here from the crowd. I know you all might have some questions. Who's got the first question? Right here. What's your question?
So, first of all, thank you for taking action on the current pandemic, but why are you not taking action on the next pandemic?
Well, that's a really great question. She said thank you for taking action on the current pandemic. Really flattering for me and my ego, I think, for thanking me. But as far as acting on preventing the next one, I'm just going to say that my position in leadership in California, I've always been, and I will continue to be dedicated. I will continue to be dedicated in saying nice things, but not actually doing anything or not taking any action. If these actions that you asked me to take hurt my future political aspirations, I can't take them. Okay? This is called selfishness, and what's more American than that? I mean, come on. Again, I can say these things if you'd like me to, and I'm going to be adding 5 new ones to my website. So please, that should be enough. It's also worth noting that even though I'm speaking here to you, and you all should be feeling really great about that, none of you are as important as my maskless dinner friends that I'm, out with all the time. And I heard some of y'all have been saving animals, like this action in Los Angeles, going in broad daylight, not even covering your faces, unafraid of who you are, doing these brave things. Yeah, quiet. No, shush. Look, I understand you're passionate. Like I said, I'm aware of the egregious animal cruelty taking place in these facilities. I'm aware of the environmental impacts. I'm aware of the COVID risks that these facilities present. But these people need to be reprimanded. Someone needs to stand up to these criminals, people chaining themselves to slaughterhouses, people trying to save sick and injured animals. I mean, someone's got to take these matters into their own hands, and that's why I think these matters require full attention and unrestricted use of law enforcement. So I salute the boys in blue. I salute the boys in blue back here. I salute the boys in blue back here for standing up to this white flower holding mafia comprised of grandchildren and mothers. All right, we'll take another question from the crowd. Anybody here? Oh, you have a question here? Okay, I think she asked me why we're subsidizing animal agriculture, even though I know the negative impacts that it's having. Just to reaffirm you how charming I am and that I do know these things. Thank you for asking this question. I'm aware 75% of new and emerging infectious diseases are zoonotic, but I'm not going to do anything, guys, girls. Have you all not been paying attention to this presentation? This is what this presentation is about. This is what politics are about. And these words are on my website, and I'm going to be adding 5 new ones there. So let's move on. I really just don't have a good response to you. So I was hoping these questions were going to be more about me personally. So you know what? Here's what I'll do. As a show of good faith, I'm gonna allow one of you activists to come up here and write a message, give you my platform to get your message out. Okay? I'm going to allow one activist to come up here, right on the board, a message that you want out, and then I'll allow you to say that message to your crowd here, and I won't interfere. Okay? So. Does anybody want to come up here and write something? Okay, right here. Blue-haired. I'm not gonna look. I won't see what it says. I'll keep my word here.
It's time to enact a moratorium on factory farms being built in our state now.
What's this? No. This message was supposed to be. Yeah, we're not. This isn't anything that we're doing. It's not happening. This was supposed to be an act of good faith, and my patience is running thin. Look, I understand that you're passionate. Look at this photo. Can we just soak this in for a second? 1 second. I'm very spiritual myself, and I like to engage in inspection. Wow, for inspection. You know what that is? We could add that to our website. That's another. Thank you for came to me due to your stunt here. So I appreciate. We might be adding that to the website. So I'll take one more question from somebody. I have one more question. You here?
Governor Newsom, as you said, you're aware, and it's wonderful that you know what's going on. The world is speaking up. They know about what is happening in these atrocious places. And what we want to know in this community is, what action are you going to take?
What's your name, Miss?
Carla.
Carla. Have you not been paying attention this entire time? All right. What I'm going to do, I'm gonna go off script here. Okay. Early on in this speech, I said I was going to be adding 5 new words to the website. I was also going to be making them a larger font and putting them in bold. But y'all have inspired me. I'm actually going to be adding 10 new platitudes to the website. And I'm going to be doing this by the end of 2021, by the end of the year. Okay?
Where's Curtis?
Shush. And you know what adding 10 new platitudes to the website is? That's being on the leading edge of change. All right. Well, we're going to wrap things up. Y'all have taken up enough of my time. I feel better, personally. I feel like I'm doing something, and you all should feel good that I'm actually listening to you at this point in time. And I will be available for autographs, photo sales, and maskless selfies after this. So I just want to say, God bless the state of California, God bless the dinner parties, and God bless my state of mind for thinking this is all okay. So thank you so much, and y'all take care.
So that was not Gavin Newsom, that was our friend Curtis doing a wonderful impersonation of Governor Gavin Newsom, and basically pointing some humor at a serious situation, just to point out how not seriously this issue is being taken by a supposedly progressive governor in the state of California. Gavin is out at dinner parties, maskless, getting criticized for that, and more importantly than those little.
All right,
respite
thanks
around
Gavin
what he's
Newsom for
failing
joining
at.
us today. That
He's
was
refusing
a really
to even
enlightening
address
talk.
it. He's
Feel very
refusing to come
inspired.
to the table with the activists
All right,
pushing for change
so before
on the
we
grassroots.
wrap up
And
today's
we need our
action,
governor
we're going
to
to
do
take
better
a
than that.
picture with some large letters that are sitting over there that spell out "No More Factory Farms." So if everybody, I don't think we have enough for everyone, so some people will be holding your normal sign that you're already holding. But if 20 people want to come over here and pick up one of the cardboard letters, we're going to stand on the platform up here and spell out "No More Factory
Monica
Farms."
says, y'all made my day.
And
And
then
Linda
we're going
says,
to get on
Curtis is
video.
just as charming as Gavin. Even more charming,
Everyone
Linda,
saying together,
because he
"No
cares
more
about
factory
animals
farms."
and he's an
So if everyone
activist
wants to
taking
go over
action.
there, switch
just
out
like
one
all
your
of you
large
are, if you're
plastic
sharing
posters
online
for
and
one
if
of
you're
the
signing No
cardboard
More
letters,
Factory
okay,
Farms,
must
that
get
is the
this
most charming thing is, you know, to have integrity and to do something about these issues, which is something that Gavin Newsom, for all his alleged charm, is not doing. So please share this live stream if you haven't yet. Sign the petition at nomorefactoryfarms.com. Stay with us while we get one photo here with all these letters, giant letters spelling out our message boldly, and continue to follow our work. If you sign nomorefactoryfarms.com, you will be on our mailing list to hear about big campaign updates with the moratorium and our other work, including investigating factory farms, rescuing animals like Jackie, the hen Rocky was talking about, and community building efforts too. That's incredibly important to our mission to have all these activists here. You know, how would we spell out this message without these activists? How would we do any of the creative things that we do to get the attention of those in power to build institutional power for social and political change for animals, which is our mission.
Someone's got an N.
DXC's mission is revolutionary social and political change for animals in one generation. And you might not believe it till you see it, but that's why you've got to see more of it and see what we're doing, come out, be a part of it, get involved, get inspired, and take action. Because it's just like what Rocky said in his speech. I was honestly getting chills. I was pretty inspired by that one. You know, what he said is we have everything we need except the people. We have the truth. The truth is on our side 100%. We have the integrity. We have the passion. We just need more people who are feeling that conviction to come out and take action for the animals, for the planet, for public health, and for everyone's sake, for justice. So if you are feeling the conviction, if you're feeling inspired, or maybe you're just feeling the humor and you just had a good laugh at Curtis's Gavin Newsom impersonation, that's okay too. You know, we can't be serious all the time. We have to have some humor, and we have to be creative and be willing to innovate and try new things to get the issue on the table and to reach the public. But if you're feeling inspired by anything you've seen today, I hope you will get involved. Sign nomorefactoryfarms.com, share it with your friends and family, and stay in the loop and stay connected with us. You can also like and follow Direct Action Everywhere's Facebook page. We're also live on TikTok right now. I saw someone suggesting go live on TikTok. So, well, we are for the first time. We are live on TikTok as well. Michelle right there is live streaming, so you can see us on TikTok too. You can follow us on Instagram and YouTube and Twitter and anywhere else that you like. Or if we're not there, send us a message and let us know where we should be, because we want to reach people. People are that key ingredient to social change across the board. In past social justice movements, community and mobilization have been key. And in DXC, we're trying to replicate those recipes for success, and we need the people. So we want you to be a part of it. They're getting their letters all filled in right here, but I just want to say thanks so much for all your support, everyone who's sharing, everyone who's supporting me and the other organizers and activists in this community. I've been organizing with DXC since 2016, and I've seen us do so many incredible things together, helping to shut down factory farms, to do mass occupations, and to rescue animals, and to really make the industry scratch their head about what's going on. And we've passed a fur ban in the state of California, and we are going to pass so much more groundbreaking legislation. All the things that we have done give me courage, and all the things that we're going to do give me hope and excitement. And I want you to feel that way too. I want you to be a part of the change. So please sign up, follow us, get involved, and share this with your friends and family so that they can see that there are like-minded people out there who care about animals, who have hope for a better future, and who want to see progressive places like California lead the way. Even if you're not in California, you can sign that petition, because it's not going to stop in California. Our hope is it starts here, but certainly not that it stops here. We want to see what happens in California continue all around the world. And so other progressive cities and hubs that have the this sort of concentration of activists and concentration of progressive populations, we hope that they'll be next and pick this up from California too. Or maybe you want a little friendly competition, then consider California a challenge if you're somewhere else, and try to do more and try to have a better action at have more impressive Gavin Newsom impersonators and share your work with us, because we'd love to see that too and encourage people around the world to take action. I see so many awesome people commenting and and encouraging more work. And yeah, absolutely, Bill 156 in Ontario is a devastating blow from the industry, that ag-gag law. But we have activists in Canada, in DXC, and the Save Movement and other groups who are fighting that, who are exposing it, who are getting some incredible media attention and public attention on just why these ag-gag laws have to exist and what horrible things the industry is trying to hide. So the industry is definitely going to fight back, and governors and powerful people are definitely going to try to ignore us. It's our job to use that repression by the industry and to use that failure of our government to take action to sort of turn that against them and generate more publicity and generate more humor with impersonations like Curtis just did. And, to just keep taking action no matter what. We can't give up.
So,
You gotta be closer.
on the count of 3, we're going to say no more factory farms together. And Anna is going to record it. So 1, 2, 3.
So that clip that we just filmed together, you might be seeing in a video soon. I work with Zoe Rosenberg and others on DXC's social media team, and we are just so excited to get more content out to you all, whether it's live streaming or making videos. If there's other things that you want to see us do, please let us know. If there's ideas that you have or things that you think it would be important for us to share more about, then please let me know or let Zoe know or message DXC on Facebook. And thank you so much for being with us today, everyone. And if you have any questions, I am reading the comments, so please let me know. I've seen a lot of support, a lot of people signing the petition, a lot of people sharing. If anyone has any questions, let me know. But we're just marching back now to debrief. A really important part of our actions is that we have a chance at the end to get feedback and to debrief with the people who were there. But we also want your feedback. So besides some audio glitches, if there are things that you think we could do better or other ways to get our message out there, please let us know. And I'm not seeing any particular questions right now. So just sign that petition, share, and thank you so much for your support, everyone. I hope you will follow the page and get notified so you can join us again the next time that we're live. Talk to you all soon.